seen so many annual events and traditions postponed and canceled this year due to the pandemic, and one that comes to mind, the Big E, forced to keep its usual large crowds from visiting the fairgrounds. But back here at home, a little taste of the Big E. Here's Fox 61's Brian Didlake.
With the exception of wearing masks, this feels like times before the pandemic, filled with good laughs, food and drinks, which is what people here are striving for.
2020 has been one of the hardest years ever. We wanted to provide the public with a little bit of respite, a whole lot of fun.
A live band mixed with good food and good times is what the Big West E is all about. Call it a sort of mini Big E after the original Big E was canceled this year due to COVID-19. Now Fiddlehead's Cafe off of Farmington Avenue, alongside the Hospitality Collective, is helping others from breweries to nearby businesses. As organizers say, we are all in this together.
This business is ever changing. The rules are changing. The virus is changing, everything's changing, and we have to kind of flow with it. It's kind of like a hospitality kung fu, and we have to roll with it. So
rolling with it is exactly what breweries like Firefly Hollow in Bristol know all too well, as they survived through selling their products at package stores.
First week we noticed a dip, but right after that the package stores picked up, man, and they kept us alive. There are a couple farmers markets that we went to later when people started opening up, but the package stores definitely did really good sales and kept our beer moving.
To top it off, the Big West E is providing a portion of proceeds to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. This event coming weeks before the governor's reopening plan into phase 3. The plan would allow indoor capacity to 75% for dining, barbers, hair salons, and libraries, and 50% for indoor performing arts. But bars and nightclubs will remain closed. Even though financially this will benefit businesses, the Hospitality Collective says it's about the customer.
The financial benefits are great, but also just the togetherness of seeing a full bar. Justin and I talk about looking down the horizon at a bar, seeing 15 of our guests, knowing exactly what all of them need, and the kind of connection that builds. Just having a place full of all friendly faces is the most important thing, honestly.
The Big West E will still have events on Monday, so if you still haven't washed away the Monday blues, you still have time. We're in Hartford. Brian Didlake, Fox 61 News.